What's up, folks? Gaming Josh here. Brand new playthrough on the game, a game I've been playing a lot of lately called Realm Revolutions. And I started from scratch here, haven't touched anything, and I'm going to go through the game. And at the end of the video, I'll show you the live save of where I'm at. So hold on to your horses for some fun, idle gaming. So if we're going to start here, we're going to have an option of building a farm. And that's what we're going to build since we have enough gold to get that. So let's build the farm. And this game starts off rather slow. Now there's two things that you need in the game at the beginning: food and gold. And at the beginning of the game, you want to maximize your food. So we want to get this kind of going as fast as we can. And then we're going to get to the point where we have an option to ascend, which in this game is called revolt, since it's called revolutions. And then when we revolt, we'll start over from scratch, but we will have increased profit from this stuff. And then there's other revolutions that are involving something that's not there yet, but I'm not going to spoil it for you until the end of the video. And I'll tell you when I load up my other character when that's going to happen. So we want to always click this castle here so that we don't only build more than we have. And this game does have a slow start, but once you start, it speeds up a little bit. So we're going to start off with the farm, and we're going to build the next upgrade for the farm, and we'll see that that doubles our food production every time we double this farm. So now we're producing 2 food per second, and it's going to take us quite a while to get 30,000 gold here to build this. Do not build this workshop. Don't save up and do that. Unless you want a challenge, and you'll get double money, but you don't need money at the beginning of the game as much as you need food, because each of these peasants bring 2 gold, and you'll watch when I buy this max here. Watch how this gold goes up 20 per second to now 90 per second. So it multiplied by 4.5, which is pretty nice. So we're going to be sitting around here and just maximizing as much as we can the farm until we get 30,000 gold. Now, see, this is the discontent. Now, if this discontent gets to 100%, I would go ahead and reset. If you're not home, then leave, and then discontent, then come back, buy as much as you can, get that discontent up, and then start over when you play active. Because this discontent is huge, especially later, the bonuses that discontent brings later in the game, not to give any spoilers, but this game is Realm Revolutions. The point is that you revolve and revolve and revolve over and over again. That's the whole idea. Now, it's a little early to start. 18% is just a little bit early. But when this gets to 100, you might want to do that. And then when it doubles again, do it again. And double again. And double and double and double. But I don't often do that. I usually wait until it goes up by a power of 10. In other words, now it's at 20. If I revolted now, I would wait till it was 200 and then revolt again, and then 2,000, and so on and so on. It just depends. There's different kinds of revolts, so it just depends where you're at in the game. And we can build this well now. Now the well doubles the food. Every time you get a well, you double the food again. So, and these are expensive at the beginning of the game. So we want to keep maxing this out. But we're going to have mucho farmers. Mucho farmers. I'm going to try to keep these playthroughs to about 10 minutes. And once I quit, I'm going to idle. So till tomorrow, you see the same thing on the idle. And so right now, this is what we're doing. We're going to watch this revolt. That discontent's at 32. I don't want to fast forward and be like, oh, well, here we are, fast forwarded. I don't want to be like that. I want to kind of keep it live and kind of explain. Okay, so this is max to 4 now. Now we can get this at 97.5. We'll get another well, which will double this. Oh, excuse me. Oh, just burped all over the place. Don't mind my burpiness. So again, this is a very slow start. But you'll see later, once you get this discontent, that this riots fast. And a good rule of thumb about revolution is watch the speed of these two. When these two are the same, then you definitely want to revolt this if it's up. Unless the third one's up there and it's not the same. So, it kind of, that's another good rule of thumb. Notice that this one's going up way slower. Oh, this is max now, so we can get that. These farms are cheap. So now we're going up at 16. The food is going up at 16 per second. But you're kind of held up by the money on the water boy side. Discontent's at 44%. So we're kind of, I'll get this to 100% and I'll revolt here. We're at 6 minutes. And we'll just keep revolting the. Okay, so now you can see that they're the same. You see that? See how they're the same? Now they slow down once we run out of food, but now it's based on food. See, it takes food, but once the food catches up, because these are a whole lot cheaper than these. So the food is how much you can build, but eventually these two will be the same all the time. Just things you need to point out when you play the game that help out. We're at 76%. When we get to 100, we'll revolt. But this is going to max this out, actually, so that's what we need, and we got that. Now we can double this again. Now we're at 32 per second on the farm. 18 million is going to be a while. We might not even get this stable before we revolt. But see, watch it speed up and then slow down. And just keep hitting this until this slows down and then stops. And then you know you're ready to build these. One of the two. All right, that's at 107%. We're going to go ahead and revolt. And then when we come back, instead of 8 gold at farm 10, we should be at about 16 gold. So we're going to do the revolution. And there we go. Now look. See, now our happiness is, the gold percentage is 107%. We want to max this building out. It's still slow at the beginning, but instead of 1 gold per second, we're getting 2. So if you're actively playing, now we're not going to double this till we're at least 214. You're not going to revolt again until this is at at least 214, maybe more. But that is a whole lot faster than before. Might have just enough time to get this water boy up before we export this save. Like I said, we're going to play for 10 minutes a day, and then we'll start over. And these may or may not be back to back, but I might let it idle for a whole day before I do. I want to let it idle for a little while before I start again. But the other one I'm going to play actively and kind of let you know what's going on with that. All right, now we can get that. All right, good. 15 seconds, and we're going to call it. I'm going to buy this. Oh, once we get enough money. We don't have enough money. 2,800 per second. It takes us that long to get 97,000. Shouldn't take too long. All right, well, we'll buy well number 2, and then I'm going to end the video and then start it up again with my current playthrough so you can kind of see what's to come, and I'll explain some of the units there for those that are a little bit further along. So it's not just for beginners, it's for those that have been around too. So we got this now here, and we're going to let this idle, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back here, and you can see that there's a lot more going on, a lot bigger numbers in the display. We have gold, food, and this other unit now, battle power, which is something we'll get through after we go through all these units. So before we had the farm, again, we still have the farm. There's a certain point where you want the farm, and there's a certain point. Each ascension is different. The second ascension, and you'll see this later as we go along through the game. We're on the third elf ascension, so we're starting the 4th elf ascension here, and I'm working on the first druid assimilation, which I haven't done yet, so I have no idea what is to come out of that. They just added today, this week. I'll just say this week. I think it was yesterday. A bunch of bonuses to this. Right now, we are currently building up our well here. Actually, we're building up the farm because that's smaller, or the stable. The stable's at 100 billion, so that's what we're working up to now. Now, farm just builds food. Every time we upgrade the farm, it doubles the base food. The well doubles all the food from all the bonuses. Stable makes horses, which halves the time, which of course I threw one into the farm and then I threw all the rest into the wells. That's why the wells at 15 and everything else is at 11 and 12 here down here. The Master's House opens up this magic place where we can activate staffs, which give bonuses, and these are the bonuses. They start off for each level of the Master's House. There's 12 there, so we have 12 different staffs that we can use, and we'll go through and click them all. And you can see the different. This one gives masters. This one gives gold. This one gives water boys. This one gives gold. This one gives food and peasants, and as you go up, it's slower to reset. And at the end, eventually you move on, and there's something that activates all the staffs at once, and I don't remember what it's called, but that's way down the line. So the stable is the horse, the Master's House is the magic staff. Town Hall increases discontent, and you can see here I'm ready to revolt, but I'm kind of working on this druid assimilation here because my battle power's getting high enough that I can deal with these mosquitoes here. I need 50 mosquitoes for this first druid simulation, and I might work on that. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided. I'm just enjoying all this extra bonuses here until I decide what I'm going to ascend. Let's just look and see what we have here. I've never ascended this one, and it's only at 6514. I usually like to do this high level right here at 10k. So it would multiply this by 10k, which would, the next time around, if I'm at Homestead 9, should be making, if I multiply this by 10k, it'd be 57.6 SX, which would be nice, which would increase this. But obviously all the money's not coming from there right now. It's coming from it's coming from here, the Master's House, because it has the happiness, and the gold is tripled because I have elf bonuses here that triple the happiness. So let's move on up here. The Homestead, Town Hall is discontent. Homestead gives you cows, and I put everything into the Homestead until they make 50 cows. 50 cows is the max that a Homestead can make. So if you get 1 cow, then throw it back in the Homestead. The next time you upgrade, it'll give you 2 cows, put in the Homestead. Do that till you get 16 cows, put it in the Homestead, but don't put them all in there. Only put enough to have 25 cows, and then you start putting them in the farm. And what that does is it increases your food. So now, when I click on the Homestead, notice it says it gives 50 cows. Well, 50 cows is the most you can get out of a Homestead, so you don't want to go over that 50 cow limit. Castles increase your battle power from swordsmen. And you can see here I have bonus battle power from the swordsman and from the castle. This is the battle power. Battle power is what you use in the forest. When this increases, you can kill this stuff. And again, we're going for the mosquitoes. We're not going to go for this. This is just way too high right now. So this one is obvious choice here. We got a staff here for money. What's next? City walls give commanders, which double BP for swordsmen, for each 10 garrisons. So you can, when you get that castle, you can build these garrisons. Each 10 make this go up even more every time you upgrade this. So if I upgraded this to 20 garrison, then this would double again. So, but we're not going to do that right now. And the last but not least right now, the gold mine. Every time I upgrade the gold mine, it doubles all the gold production. So if I upgraded this again, if I had 4.03 Navillion, which I don't, this would become 150 automatically without, I mean, you get whatever this 1 billion per second is right there. But that will add up in the future. So this is what's going on here. There's another ways to ascend is with the army. And that's if you get your garrison built up enough to piss these people off enough. And I've done it once. I haven't done it again. That's why this is not a nice, pretty round number. It normally is, but once you get the once you revolt with the battle power, which I did once just to see how it would happen. And actually, I go through phases where one run I gear everything towards food. This is a food run, so there's a farm, there's a well, there's a stable, and so on. The next run, when I reset this, everything will be geared towards gold. And these numbers won't be as big, but the gold will be higher. And I put all the money into the troops and the garrisons, which increase the battle power, piss these people off, and then we'll reset. This will make even more stuff, so we can work on the in-game revolt. Now, when you assimilate this, it resets everything from 0. So if I get this to 50 and I hit reset, all of this, all of these, and all of this all goes to 0. So I have to start that all over again. So this is a look at what's going on. And oh, look, we can get this landlords up here and even there's the horse that I told you about. You drag it in the well and watch it'll go down half. So this will be the next thing we upgrade right here. Might do the town. Nah, we'll do the town hall right here because we got that enough kind of money. So this guy's making decent money. This guy's making great money right now. Well, not great. Not as good as this. This guy's making bucks. So this is Realm Revolutions. I appreciate you watching. If you like this video and want to see more, throw us that thumbs up. Comment in your, in the comments below about what's going on in your realm. And if you need any advice or tips, let us know. Join the Discord. We could talk there. And as always, my friends, keep gaming on. Thank you for watching.